Good morning. Today we're going to start talking about dehydrating. Dehydrating different things in different ways. Okay? And I'm going to end up getting to also show you how to save seeds from some plants. Depending on the plants, depends on how you save the seeds from them as well. Anyhow, this is a zucchini, fresh grown, no pesticides, none of that stuff. You cut the top off, and you see this little part? Yeah, that's part of the root. Okay, you want to cut that off. And then you take, you cut it all the way through. And yeah, cut it open. And this here part, and this here part, is where the seeds are. And we're going to be saving these seeds, which I will show you how in another video. So you take and you scoop these seeds out. Now here's a little secret. When you're dehydrating zucchini, you can take the seeds out and save them for your garden for next year, or you can take and leave them in there and cook them up. You can hear, yeah. Most people don't get that part, but if you look, there is an area. You gotta look real close because it's right here and right here, and it will tell you anyhow, there's the area, and if you look, it will show you how to where to cut, and then you just take the seeds out. Alright, so I'll be back in a little bit. Anyhow, you need to cut these up in chunks so that they're easier to handle. Even if you're using a manual food processor, it just makes it easier to handle when you go to grate it. Now you can dehydrate zucchini and stuff in other ways. Alright. So I'll be back in a few seconds. Okay, the reason you put it in chunks is in case you're using a food processor. You can only get so much in it, and if it don't line up, your safety mechanisms will not let you work it at all, because you have to have things. The safety mechanisms are there for your safety reasons. You know. Anyhow. Then you take and you put it on your tray. You want it kind of thin, but not real thin, because this stuff, as you can tell, is shredded. Alright? And I'm going to let you know why I shredded it. But you can do it, you can dehydrate it in other shapes and stuff. Whatever you want. You know, if you want to do sticks, chips, zucchini chips, whatever, you know, there's a lot of things that you can make chips out of. It's not just potatoes anymore, Mama. Anyhow, I'm hoping that this is helpful to you. And I didn't think anybody with earbuds wanted to hear a food processor running in their ears, because yeah, it gets a bit noisy. So and there's a lot of things you can use zucchini for. A lot of ways you can eat zucchini. Okay, Parmesan zucchini, soups, breads. You know, I mean, there's all kinds of recipes. You just have to know what you want, and find out how to make it, or look it up in a cookbook. You know, those things still do exist. Trust me. I like cookbooks. And the church cookbooks, they have a lot of good information. And you want to scoop out the seeds of the squash. And the reason I did a squash, same time I did a zucchini, was because, as you see, the texture for the seed area is different than the zucchini. It's more like a pumpkin. And you can do this with your pumpkins too. Okay? Even your Halloween pumpkins, instead of just letting them rot, you can dehydrate them. You can cut them up, bake them in your oven, then cut them up, put them in baggies, freeze them, can them, you know, so you're not wasting food. Okay, I'm going to show you something. See the back of this? Right here, it's the edge. See this slot here? This is one of the safety features. I can sit here and I can push this on all I want, and you notice it don't move. Now the reason is because that little slit, this little thing here, has to be in here. If you can't get it in there, you have to take some out. And the reason, like I said before, that I'm not recording me operating this is because I don't think y'all need to listen to the engine of this. Okay, when you're dehydrating, you want it to be crunchy, because then you know that it's totally dehydrated. If you don't get it dehydrated enough and your powder clumps, put it on cookie sheet, let it dry, air dry a little longer, and then you put it in your jar or your airtight container. Anyhow, this is the zucchini, and as you can tell, it is dry. Alright, a lot of people are not letting it dehydrate long enough. Then you take, and as you can tell, I've been doing zucchini in this. You put it in your blender, and because of the loud noise, I will not record it in the blender. So I'll be back. And then, as you see, you can grind it as fine as you want it. If you want it to be more coarse, you don't grind it as loud. But when you get it the way you want it, you put it in the jar, it will roll like this. If it clumps or sticks, take it out of the jar with a rubber spatula, put it on your cookie sheet, and air dry it a little bit longer. You can put back in your dehumidifier if you want, but that is how much one of the squash takes. That's why I'm making some powders. I'm going to be dehydrating it things in other ways too, but I like the powder because you can get more in a small space. Anyhow, God bless you, and I'll talk to you soon.